In recent developments from Pakistan, Peer Zahirul Hasan Shah, who is the Vice Emir of 𝐒𝐭𝐲𝐬 Pakistan, is facing terrorism charges following last week's protest against the Supreme Court's Mubarak Sani case decision. Mr. Shah, along with approximately 1,400 others, has been charged under various sections of the Anti-Terrorism Act and Pakistan Penal Code. The FIR was filed after Mr. Shah allegedly offered a reward for violence against the Chief Justice of Pakistan. In a separate and political update, the Election Commission of Pakistan has officially recognized 93 MPAs as PTI lawmakers. This decision follows a July 12 Supreme Court ruling that reinstated PTI's eligibility for reserved seats for women and non-Muslims. The top court ruling allocated 29 seats in Punjab, 6 in Sindh and 58 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to PTI after the party submitted its reserved seat list. Meanwhile, violence broke out at Gawada's Baloch Raji Mochi protest, resulting in at least 3 deaths and several injuries. The unrest came after a major rally despite roadblocks by authorities. Accusations of brutality and obstruction of medical aid were exchanged between Baloch Yekjehati Committee and the state forces, while the Balochistan Chief Minister described the protesters as violent and non-compliant with an earlier agreement. In economic news, the State Bank of Pakistan has reduced its key interest rate by 100 basis points to 19.5%. effective July 30, 2024. This decision was driven by declining inflation and improvements in the external account, including a narrowed current account deficit and increased foreign exchange reserves. Despite a rise in headline inflation to 12.6% in June, core inflation remains stable. Contributing to the positive economic outlook, global credit rating agency Fitch has upgraded Pakistan's long-term foreign currency rating to CCC Plus from CCC. This upgrade, following Pakistan securing of a $7 billion aid package from the IMF, reflects increased confidence in the country's economic stability. Fitch has acknowledged progress in fiscal management and reserve rebuilding, but warned of vulnerabilities if crucial reforms are not implemented. The agency anticipates further funding from key bilateral partners by August. In the latest developments from the United States, former President Donald Trump has agreed to be interviewed by the FBI regarding the assassination attempt against him during a rally on July 13th. Trump, who was injured in the ear, will provide his account in a standard victims interview. The FBI is still investigating the motive behind the alleged gunman, Thomas Matthew Crooks, who faces domestic terrorism charges. The investigation continues, and in a related development, Secret Service Director Kimberly Shittle has resigned, taking responsibility for the security lapse. Shifting focus to the political arena, US Vice President Kamala Harris has sharply criticized former President Trump as a new 6-week abortion ban takes effect in Iowa. Ms. Harris condemned the law, which limits abortions after 6 weeks, referring to it as another Trump abortion ban, in a social media post. This law adds to the growing list of restrictive abortion measures across the United States and intensifies the debate on reproductive rights. As Trump and Harris prepare for the 2024 presidential election, this law, which reduces the previous 20-week abortion limit and includes limited exceptions, could also influence neighboring states and further fuel the ongoing discussion on abortion rights. Incumbent Nicolas Maduro has been declared the winner of Venezuela's presidential elections with 51.2% of the vote. However, opposition candidate Edmundo González Urrutia, who received 44.2%, is preparing to challenge the results. Maduro claimed his re-election represents peace and stability, while opposition leaders allege widespread fraud and say González actually won 70% of the vote. The United States and European Union have expressed concerns about the election's transparency, with Secretary of State Antony Blinken questioning the results' legitimacy. Analysts and several Latin American leaders also doubt the official count, though Maduro received support from allies like Cuba and China. Former South African President Jacob Zuma has been expelled from the ruling African National Congress, or ANC. The ANC cited Zuma's support for the rival MK party in May's parliamentary election as the main reason. ANC Secretary General stated that Zuma's actions, including his campaign against the ANC, has violated party discipline and its constitution. Zuma, who previously led the ANC, had been suspended earlier this year after endorsing MK. The MK party made a significant impact in the elections, winning about 15% of the vote and contributing to the ANC losing its majority for the first time since apartheid. The ANC's share of vote dropped from 57.5% in 2019 to 40.18% this year. MK has criticized the ANC's decision, calling it unjust and pledging to take legal action. Zuma has 21 days to appeal the expulsion. His tenure as president was marred by corruption scandals and economic challenges. The United Nations has reported that 86% of the Gaza Strip was under Israeli evacuation orders, leading to widespread displacement among Palestinians. This situation followed a recent attack where the Gaza Strip Rescue Organization recovered the bodies of 3 people and rescued 4 others from a bombing near Al-Wahda Tower in western Gaza City. As conditions in Gaza worsen, the health ministry has declared a polio epidemic, attributing it to Israel's military offensive. The World Health Organization sent over 1 million polio vaccines to Gaza, and Israel's military began offering the vaccine to its soldiers. Additionally, the UN noted increased cases of hepatitis A, dysentery, and gastroenteritis due to deteriorating sanitary conditions. In diplomatic efforts, the Palestinian group Hamas has accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of adding new conditions to a US ceasefire proposal, accusing him of stalling the peace process. This came amid ongoing violence, with Israel attacking southern Lebanon, including a car attack in Kunin and damage in Shiva. In response to escalating tensions, US National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby supported Israel's right to retaliate but urged against further escalation. Meanwhile, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian warned of serious consequences for any Israeli attack on Lebanon, as French President Emmanuel Macron engaged in diplomatic efforts to prevent further conflict.